Hi, welcome to an Interlok UI showcase. This showcase will be demoing the Salesforce config page, which will help you generate some config XML to interact with a Salesforce API. So I've logged in already. I'm going to go to Salesforce, which is underneath the config navigation element, and this will bring up our Salesforce page. Now, it's important to note I've added the required Salesforce jars into my adapter. I will put a link underneath the video to some documentation to allow you to do that as well. So the first thing we need to do is authenticate ourselves against the Salesforce API. So I've already entered my client ID and client secret, etc. Now I'm going to build my config XML here. Now this has gave me a get OAuth token service, and I'll be able to use this in the config page to authenticate myself. So I'm going to save that as a template, which has been successful. Close that. Now I'm going to start using this page. So now that I've authenticated myself, the next step would be to select a Salesforce version. I'm going to choose Winter 18, get standard objects. Which object am I going to play with today? I'm going to try and find contact, which is somewhere. Where are you, contact? There it is. So now if I build my SOQL, here I'll be able to select what fields I want to return. So I'm going to do contact ID, first name, last name, it doesn't matter, a few others. I could put a where clause in there, limit and order, etc. So I'm going to get resources. You'll notice another build config XML, but I'll come back to that. So here we've pressed get resources. It's used this query against the Salesforce API that I selected, and it's returned me this list of contacts. So if I just choose one, so Jack Rogers here, or yeah, Jack Rogers. So if I come to this little action button, and I've got edit, delete, retrieve. So I'm going to build the retrieve config XML service. So if I press that, it's generated me a service list that will retrieve that contact. So if I save that as a template, successful, now I've got my service that can authenticate me, and I've got my service that can retrieve the contact I'm interested in. So I'm going to go to the config page and test if I can actually do that using the templates that we created. So I'm going to load my active adapter, select my channel. I'm going to create a new channel for this, I think. So the first service I'm going to add is the authentication part. I'm just typing in SFT because it's got the keyword SF template. So I'll be able to find the get OAuth token, and it should be this one here. So get OAuth token service, and if I edit that, you'll be able to see it's got the access token builder with all my various details. And if I add our next service, which was the retrieve one, so SFT, so the service list from, here it is, retrieving this contact. So now I've got a workflow that can authenticate me against the Salesforce API and then retrieve Rogers. So I'm going to test this service collection. So I'm going to press send. So we've gone through the get OAuth token, and now my metadata has got an authorization key and a bearer big long key thing, which is the OAuth token. And then if I go through this service list to retrieve the contact, voila, we've got all our metadata for that contact and the payload with Mr. Jack Rogers. So then you can add your own services to do whatever you're going to do with that contact. So if we go back to the Salesforce page, yes, I want to leave. You'll see, So I've got my account, you've already seen that. Select the API version. So see if I use account this time, and then get resources. So it just lists me all the resources. So here I could build config XML, and that would do list accounts. Or again, I can select what fields I want, put a where clause on it, and then build the get account service, get list account service. Here I could try and add an account. So if I'm going to add Paul's, blah blah blah, down here we've got build the JSON payload, which would be, the name would be Paul's, and we've got build the config XML, which would be a create account using the template name equals Paul's, and we could save that as a template and use that in our workflow, and that would create a new account for us. Or here we could edit this account. So I can type in, well, probably not best to type in a parent ID, but the county, we could type in rubbish. Then we go down to the bottom, and I've got the JSON payload again, which you can use that in whatever way you want. Or we can build or edit service, which would be update account, and here's the template. Okay, and you can save that as a template as well. And then we've also got delete, and we could build the delete config XML, which would delete the account. So you can see it's a really good start on how you would start configuring your XML to interact with the Salesforce API. Hopefully we'll keep building on it, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay, thanks, bye.